Thank you so much for joining. Everyone who is here, you are here to learn more information about Madison Promise program. So let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, my name is Dr. TJ McCray. I am the newly Executive Director of Library and Technical Services here for Madison Metropolitan School District. I've been in the district for about 4 years, well, going on my 4th year now. Prior to this, I served in the role of the Director of Instructional Technology and Media Services for the district. And so that's a huge title. So what does that exactly mean? I was responsible for working with our one-to-one program as well as our library program. So I have been the one who's really been pushing the work that we've been doing within our libraries, as well as all of the one-to-one from the take home and all of that. Prior to me coming to Madison though, I spent 7 years working virtual schools. So I have some background with running virtual schools. I actually was a senior director and I had about 144 virtual schools across the states that I worked with. So I will work with school districts, large and small, implementing a virtual school of some sort within their district. And so that's how I kind of been tapped to do this work as we're considering providing a virtual option for our families. So how we're going to do this evening is because I want to make this as interactive as possible. I'll start off with a quick slide deck that I have. It's really short, maybe about 3 or 4 slides. And then after that, I really just want to hear what questions you have as parents, so I can make sure that I'm giving you all the information that I know. And I can also make sure, like, if there are questions regarding the application of things of that nature, okay? Please, if you feel if I'm talking and you want to just ask a question about something in particular, feel free to use the chat pod. I just want to kind of let this go unnatural because I'm recording, but please know I'll try to monitor the chat pod as I'm going through this evening. So let's get started. I want to make sure I share my sound. So I want to do a video too. Now let's hope technology is my friend today. You know, most of the time it's always the director of tech who has issues. So we're gonna hope that this is working. Can everybody see my screen? Tony, you can? Perfect. I see Tony, Sharon, I see a thumbs up. All right, let's get started. So let's kind of talk about what exactly is this. When I first sat down to think about what we wanted to think about for a virtual option, I sat down and I thought about 5 basic things that I wanted to make sure. Number 1, I wanted to make sure like we had a really good, strong sense of student engagement, because in the virtual world, that is just so important that we are able to build that. And the way we're going to be able to do that is with the next bullet, with teachers who just excelled at building relationships. That is going to be the number 1 thing that we're going to work on this school year, right? Building strong relationships so that we can have strong engagement with our students. Quality training. Everybody's going to have training with this program. So parents, we're going to give you some training to make sure that you are able to interact. Teachers will have ongoing training, and students will get training in the beginning to make sure like they are equipped to be able to do this program at the same time. So please know, we're not just gonna build a program and say, we build it, you came, you're on your own. That is not what we're gonna be doing. We are definitely gonna be working and building in the training from the beginning with all of our stakeholders to make sure they have what they need. You're going to hear me say these last 2 a lot, especially if you are a parent that's going to come work with us. Flexibility and student choice. That's going to be so important. We're going to build this program on flexibility. It is not going to be anything that you saw the way we did virtual learning last year. What I like to tell everyone is what we did last year was pandemic teaching, right? We are doing virtual learning in a way that will be beneficial to everyone involved. Last year, that was pandemic teaching. This year, we're really going to be building some strong foundations when it comes to virtual learning. And student choice is important. And so if you had an opportunity to view the application, you know the meat of that application are those essay questions. And that's because we want to make sure like the student voice is centered from the very beginning. And so when I built the application, that was the rationale on why that application was built like that. So we can just get our students' voice inside of there. So that's going to be important. Our guiding principles is going to be real, and a lot of you want to know this information, but number one, instruction will meet state and district standards for academic excellence. That's going to be critical. Our students are going to be held to the same line of fire as a student at Memorial, O'Keefe, Toki, wherever they are. So they will meet the state and district standard. They will, especially at our high school, they will receive the same number of credits. They will not have less or more. They will have the same amount of courses, so they will meet those standards at the same time. They will have certified educators who will provide synchronous and asynchronous instruction. So this will be both of those type of instruction. We will not have concurrent teaching. So concurrent instruction, again, pandemic instruction, it will not be the same as we're thinking about what this looks like for this school year. We will have some synchronous and some asynchronous instruction. We're going to have student to student and student to teacher interaction, which is going to use a lot of different learning technologies. Students going to be given all the support that they need, whether it's online or even in their building. So they will still have access to all their counselors, social workers, everything that they would normally have in a traditional building setting. They will get those same things. And again, our buzzword for tonight, flexibility will be important, and student time and commitment to be maximized. So that's just some guiding principles that we're looking at, and we're leading, even now as we're in the midst of onboarding and hiring our teachers, we're using this as like, these are some guiding principles and how well will teachers align to that. So this virtual option, it is secondary only. So we're only looking at grades 6 through 12. Students will have core and elective courses. They will have a dedicated learning management system. So if you don't know what that is, what a learning management system is, it is such a beautiful thing because it is a one-stop shop. So the students don't have to go to Zoom to meet with their teacher, but a Google Classroom or to get their coursework. We will have a system that students will log on to. The curriculum will be there. They will meet with their teachers there. The textbooks will be there. Everything that they will need will be in one place. And parents will have a login too, so that you can log into that learning management system and you will be able to interact and see what's going on at the same time. Students will have access to their co-curriculum at their home or zone school. So if a student wants to be in a club or play in band or athlete, they will still be able to do that. If the student is zoned to Memorial, they can do those things at Memorial, okay? We are asking for a commitment of a semester. So students will, if they say, yes, I'm gonna do this, we're asking that they commit for a semester, and then in the spring, they might decide that they want to go back to their school. That will be allowed. Now, most people are saying, well, why? Well, because we want to make sure like we're making that transition as easy as possible for our staff and the students. So we are going to follow the same, and this might be in the next one, scope and sequence as our school buildings. So if the student transition in the middle of the semester, when they go back, if all the schools are following the same scope and sequence, that transition will be much easier for the student. But we are going to ask for a semester commitment. I know a lot of people are like, are you using a lottery? What are you doing? Actually, no, I'm using a rubric. How will the rubric be used? The application. So the application is everything that we need. So the essay questions is really what we're going to be looking at. They will be looked at school counselors who will grade those based upon the questions. So it is very important that students, if you're working with your student, make sure they take the time to really answer each of those questions, because that's what we're going to be looking for. And again, flexibility again is something that we're making sure we build into this program. And that's going to be when students take the courses, how they're going to meet with the teachers. Flexibility will be key in this. We have a comprehensive course offering. I hope that you've been able to look at our website, because I wanted to be very transparent to say the courses that we were going to be offering. So I listed all of those courses. So you're going to see some CTE, some elective, and some world languages out there. The course is a small offering. And as we grow this program, we will grow the course offering at the same time. The way we came upon the first list of courses is by looking at what are the graduation requirements, 1, and 2, I only wanted to offer courses that were going to be offered in all of the high schools. Why? Because if a student, I could offer Latin, for example. If the student decided that he or she or they want to take Latin, but then they decide they want to go back to Memorial, and if Memorial isn't offering Latin, then I'm creating an issue that I don't want to do. So that's why we wanted to make sure like the courses that we were offering are aligned with what's already been offered in our schools. As I stated, courses will follow the same scope and sequence as the school buildings. The courses are customized. So what will happen is the teachers will be able to align the courses. And the reason why is because we are working partner with the organization with Pearson to purchase the learning management system as well as the curriculum. So now teachers will be able to go in and align the curriculum with the scope and sequences that's been provided by our curriculum and instruction department. Teachers will have professional development, so no, it's going to be ongoing for our teachers. What I'm truly excited about is the live tutor piece that we're going to have. So what is that? Well, what that is like if I'm a student and I'm working at 4 o'clock, my teacher might be gone for the day. I will be able to log on and get live help with those assignments, right? So science, English, and social studies, those hours are going to be from 8 to 5, but on Friday, they'll be from 8 to 4. But math, those hours will be from 8 to 10 p.m. and 8 to 4 on Friday. And that's going to be a live person where if I am doing, I'm flexible, I'm working on something, my teacher might not be available, I need some help, the student will be able to just click a button and get the help that they need with a certain assignment. We know, or I know, like I wanted to make sure that we were creating a program that was for all students. So please know that we are reviewing all applications. So if you are a student with a special, have an IEP or 504, that will be reviewed by our Student Services Department once you are applied. But we are not leading with that. So what will happen is I am going to go through and review all applications first, and then send all students to our Student Services Department, who then will identify all the students with an IEP or 504. So we just want to make sure that we want our family to know like this is a program that is truly being built for everyone. So I wanted to just show you the video. I hope you can notice because when in the question, I had a lot of people like, well, what is this going to look like? So I reached out to Pearson and asked them for a quick video. So it's 2 minutes. And so I'm going to play it. And so we can see what this is going to look like.
After dinner, Matthew checks on his homework assignments.
Wait a minute. It is playing to the wrong thing. Give me a second. I was working from my AirPods, and so it's playing from that.
After dinner, Matthew checks on his homework assignments. A glance at his personalized homepage shows all his courses for the term and a dynamic list of his assignments. A quick look at his progress, and he's ready to jump to lessons, activities, and feedback from his teachers. Welcome to Pearson Connexus, the digital learning solution that helps students thrive. Simple tools pave Matthew's learning path. He intuitively navigates the learning platform, checking on assignments, performance, and messages, or participating in group activities. Due dates on the calendar keep him on time and on track. In many Pearson Connexus courses, learning objectives are viewable before each lesson, showing Matthew the purpose and meaning of his work. His notes stay at his fingertips for as long as he needs them, fostering a sense of ownership and autonomy. Matthew's progress towards mastery feeds automatically to his teacher, helping her pinpoint where more support is needed, so Matthew stays connected and excited about learning. A self-assessment tool encourages Matthew to reflect on his own understanding, interest, and effort in a course, opening the door to increased collaboration with his teacher. She can reach out to Matthew through email, activity-tailored feedback, and small rewards. If he gets stuck, teacher help is just a chat away. As Matthew engages with his coursework, both he and his teacher can watch his progress in the dashboard. Lessons and targeted exercises from his teacher are given a meaningful context, helping Matthew to see the big picture. The dashboard's easy-to-understand snapshot of his academic growth is just one more way that Pearson Connexus keeps Matthew motivated and connected to his learning.
So one of the questions that a lot of the parents stated and want to know is, how do students keep up with their assignments? And so this is one of the reasons why I went with this platform, because those mechanisms are built inside of the LMS for the students to be able to manage when their due dates are, how they connect with their teachers, being able to have the visuals. They can take their notes inside the LMS and it'll be connected to the work. And so this is one of the reasons we are using an LMS versus trying to have just like a Google Classroom again, like we did previously. So just so you are aware, the application deadline is April 6th. What is a strong application? Having those completed essays, which is what I kind of alluded to earlier, making sure students have a completed application and it's in by August 6th. And what I just want to make sure is, one, and if you don't have my email address, I'll give it to you. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me. I'll drop my email in the chat really quick. And two, use this website, our website. Everything that you need for the website is located here. And if you haven't been able to visit the website, this is where everything is. A lot of what we talked about here, all of the courses that we're going to be offering this year. Here's also like the essay questions, because it is a Google form. And so I wanted to give the students the opportunity to draft the essays before they start on the Google form. Please know that students have the ability to either type out their questions or they can do a video of themselves recording the questions and answer them. And they will just have to upload it from their own Google Drive to be able to do that. But I wanted to make sure, like, I provided students the ability to definitely be able to express themselves, especially for someone who might be going to the 6th grade, who might not be able to articulate themselves as well in writing. But everything that we need, that you will need, will be housed on this website. And again, I'll make sure you have my email address so that you can reach out to me if you have any questions at all. So I talked, I want to stop sharing and I'm gonna stop talking. And then I just want to make sure you have any questions as all for me. So let me come over here and see this. So I have one question. Can a student do most of their classes virtually, but take 1 or 2 in person if it's not offered virtually this year? For example, AP. For this year and this year only, we're gonna do all virtual, okay? As we continue to grow the course, we're gonna continue to be able to add like AP and all of those things. But for this academic year, through Madison Promise, all students will be virtually, okay? How many hours per day will students be online? That is a great question. And I do not have the direct answer for that. And here's the reason why. Each student, each teacher, let me give you from a teacher perspective. I am asking for each teacher to have 3 different type of hours. They will have a class time, which will be about 30 minutes, right? No more than 30 minutes. They will hold office hours, which will mean those will be drop-in time. So if I'm teaching math, my math class might be on Monday and Wednesday from 8 to 8:30. But I might hold office hours on Tuesday and Thursday from like 11 to 3 or whatever. So students will be able to drop their time online will be basically upon when their classes are, and then however they're completing their courses. Now, remember, flexibility is key. So let's just say my math class is at 8 o'clock. Well, what if I only attend? It's okay, because the teachers will record that and give the student credit if they watch it later on in that day. Because we want to make sure like we're providing the most flexibility of the student. So the student might say, oh, I got math at 8. I'm not going to be there. I'm gonna watch the recording, do what I need to do, and my teacher will know I've watched that recording and will ensure that I get my attendance that I need, okay? Can student take one single course? Not through the Promise, but they can through MVC. So they can take one course through MVC, but the difference with MVC is that it's not a Madison MMSD teacher. Right? So with MVC, it can be any teacher in the state of Wisconsin who's offering that virtual. Can I PDF the slides? Absolutely. And I will email them to everyone who was supposed to be here today. I'm just going through answer your question. You can come off mute if you so desire to.
Dr. McCray, did you say MVC? I guess I'm not familiar with that.
MVC, which is Madden Virtual Campus, and that's offered through the student's counselor who can work with them to get them set up for a one-off course.
Madison Virtual Campus.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I had not heard of that. Thank you.
Yes. And just so you're aware, this year I am co-leading MVC. So that person used to sit in another department. We are onboarding a new person. And so the goal is that they will totally transition. And I will now have all things virtual school, because right now we have something going on here, something going on here. So we're trying to streamline this moving forward. How does the rigor of the courses compare to in-person? How college-bound are the Pearson students versus in-person? How college-bound are the Pearson students versus in-person students? Okay, so 2 things, rigor is there. I can guarantee you, you will see the rigor of the courses for Pearson online. We vetted the courses through our CNI department before we decide them. So we went through 3 different vendors. I also want to do a plug to say what one of the reasons we really went with this, because the social emotional learning is also embedded in each unit. So it was already there. So I just wanted to put that out there. The second thing is, these aren't Pearson students, right? So the question says, how college-bound are Pearson students versus in-person students? These are still MMSD students. So our students will be very much college-bound because they're going to be taught by MMSD teachers. And that's the major difference. We're going to hold these students to the same rigor, relevance as we would, as if they were in any one of our traditional schools at the same time. Honor Corps, the second question was, can honor courses be earned? I think you're talking about earned honors, and we are working on that right now to figure out, to make sure, can we do the earned honors? And so when I get that question, it will be on the FAQ page on the website, but that is one question that we're in the midst of working out right now. My son, great question. My son has attended Memorial and will be a senior. Can he graduate from Memorial at the end of the school year? Yes, right? The reason why, because remember this, the students will be placed at, so let's use this one saying my student's Memorial. So they will be a Memorial student first, And we're going to give them a secondary location, which will be the Promise program. So they will be able to graduate from Memorial, do everything that they need to. If a student graduates, will they be an MMSD graduate? Yes, they will be an MMSD graduate because again, they are an MMSD student. This is an MMSD program taught by MMSD students. Great question. Can a student start as in-person and switch to online? Yes, at the end of the semester, once students say, oh, I'm not coming back, can I come? And I was face-to-face, now I wanna go virtual. At the end of that semester, we will open it back up to allow students to come in if they weren't already. Great questions. Okay, I just want to make sure. Any other questions? That's all the questions through the chat pod. No, okay, great question. Okay, great. Okay, 2 great questions just came in. Okay, and you guys might not see them because people are sending their questions directly to me. So 1, if you start virtual, do you need to apply for the second semester? No, you're actually applying for the entire year, right? And this is something I just kind of want to talk about too, because one of the things that I just want to be really clear, like virtual learning works for all types of students. And so when I had a conversation with someone earlier saying, hey, if the student failing, do they go back? Absolutely not. Because we're going to be monitoring students from ongoing all semester to make sure we're just not going to be caught at the end of the day. Now we're like, oh, this student's failing. That's not what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be working with students to make sure like this program is really working with students and having conversation with students and families to make sure this is the best placement. So I just want to be really clear, like we're constantly going to be doing monitoring, having conversation, making sure students are engaged. We are limited to 200 students for the first year, and we do plan to continue to grow this program. So consider this year a pilot, but next year we continue to grow this program more and more as we go along. Can a student do, oh, I'm sorry, another question. As a student, how do I contact teachers during the summer for a recommendation for, oh, that's a good question. So you can send them an email. And so one of the things on the application I stated, and now I purposely did that on the application, teachers don't need to do a letter or anything. If the students just send them an email, just saying, acknowledging like, I would like to list you as it, that would totally be fine. We're only going to contact the students, the teachers for a recommendation if we need to. Like if I have like over 500 students, then I'm gonna start digging into recommendations to make sure we're providing a program that's the best fit for everybody. Okay. All right, any other questions? I'm trying to make sure I'm catching everything. And please feel free to come off mute if I did not answer your question.
I have a question. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. You're breaking up, but I think are you going to ask about the Avid?
So yeah, my question about AP courses and potentially doing a mix, would that not work?
Oh, I'm sorry, you were breaking in and out, and so you cut off there, so I didn't even hear your question. All I heard was like AP questions, and that was it.
Yeah, so for AP classes, I was wondering that if I did Madison Promise and maybe took, you know, an MVC course like AP, could I do that in addition to Madison?
So this year that wouldn't work, right? So this year you have to take all of your courses through Madison Promise this year. So if you would like to take AP, then unfortunately you wouldn't be able to do that. Now, if you want to take AP in your building and then take some courses through MVC, you will need to reach out with your counselor to see what is the requirement for you to be able to do it that way. But if you're going to be enrolled through the Madison program, then you have to take all of your classes online, and none of them will be taken through anywhere else. And I think that answers another question in there too at the same time. Brian, you have your hand up, and then I'm gonna go back to the chat pod.
Okay, so this is just asking for some clarification about the recommendation for the program. I contacted my teacher by sending them an email, but then they didn't respond. Do they need to know that I am recommending them, even though I've sent an email to them?
Right, so the email is fine. I recognize and understand, like, it's summer and some teachers just might not be checking emails. So the letters, the recommendation portion, it is not part of the overall rubric.
But is it important?
It's not important. It's one of those good to have, but it's not part of the rubric. The part of the rubric that's really important to have are those completed essays.
Okay. And I have one more question. I'm sorry to take up too much of your time.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. About extracurricular activities. How would extracurricular activities that normally take place at school would fit into virtual learning in the Madison Promise program?
Great question. As long as those activities are like after school, then you're fine. One of the things I think we ran into was, for example, like in middle school was band, where band was offered during the day. That wouldn't work for Madison Promise. If you're in a part of an extracurricular that's after school, an athlete, band, they practice after school, then you're good to go. When it comes to transportation, we will provide students with bus cards if they need it so that they will be able to get back and forth to school. So that will be taken care of on our end. John, how much do you envision or project or hope will be synchronous versus asynchronous? I don't want to give you a hardcore number, but I'm hoping it's going to be more synchronous than asynchronous. And I'm hoping for multiple opportunities for those synchronous learning too. You're welcome. All right, I truly hope that I was able to help. I'm gonna stick around, but I don't see any more questions coming in. Or if you might want to wait around, just ask a question. But any question you have, my email address, I'm sorry, I said I was gonna leave it, drop it here. And I will also ensure that I PDF the slides and send them out to everyone today. I hope this is helpful. I'm looking forward and super excited about this program. I hope you will also be able to as well. Oh, wait, there's one more question. How will students be socially engaged with other students? So in class, that's a great question. Great question. So earlier in the slide that we talked about, there's going to be a lot of teacher to teacher, student to teacher. So they'll be able to interact in class. So students will have schedules for them to be able to get the socialization that they need. So that will be part of the class time. Again, please, any questions? I'm here. My inbox is open and ready for you. Feel free to reach out. We're going to be definitely working as we get ready to launch this program, but I'm super, super excited about it. Thank you.